But I'm going to take my big palette tool here. And all I did, I added a little bit of water to this because I didn't want it to dry out. So I used distilled water. That way it doesn't mildew or nothing like that. So we're going to start with this color on there first. I want the background to be this color. And I'm going to do it kind of smooth, but I'm going to do it kind of an up and down texture, maybe. Let's see how we go. Let me move this stuff out of the way. There we go. And so we're just going to, and what I use is patch and plaster. You can get it from Walmart, Home Depot, any hardware store, and it's called patch and plaster. Walmart, this is 32 ounces. It's only like $5.81 for the whole thing. So it's not expensive to use. Now this one I mix paint with it. And like I said, and I mixed a little bit of water with it to make it go on a little bit smooth because I don't want this as thick. So, and I'm going to do my edges, but I may do the edges later, not do them right now. Do it once I get through. But I do want to cover all the canvas, and then I'm going to just kind of scrape it because I don't want it real thick. And we're just going to get it on there. And I'm using just a palette tool. You can use plastic one. You can use a metal one. You don't even have to use this. You could use anything. What are they called? That you do spackle with. Anyway, you could use that. But now when you do the flowers and all that, you would have to use something a little bit finer than that big thing. Okay, we're going to go on the edge just like that. Then I'm going to pull it down. It's almost like just doing, like if you're doing your house. Sheetrocking. We've sheetrocked before plenty of times. We remodeled so many houses that we lived in that it's like, okay, sheetrock time, but you want it, of course, smoother than this. But I don't want it. I want there to be, see the texture on it? I want there to be texture all on it. Hello, Miss Pat. Hello, sweet friend. Hello. Hey, Vicky, my friend. Hi, Diane. Welcome, welcome. I love doing this, and I thought, well, you know what? We're going to do, since Valentine's almost over, I was looking on Pinterest, and I love just to scroll. Just scroll. And when I have time, you can get caught in it really easy and be on there a while before you know it. But when I have time, I'll try and time myself, but I'll just scroll and see if I see stuff that catch my attention, and then go from there. But I did see one that they did use texture. I don't know how they did theirs. I'm going to do mine different, of course. But I did see, y'all, I'm going to have to turn it just like this. I'm going to do the sides. I'm going to go ahead and do the sides. And it was so gorgeous. And I thought, I could do something similar. That way I'm not copying them. And it didn't have a name, so I don't know who it was. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to copy nobody. So I don't know who to give credit to. So I'm going to have to change it up. So this is what we're doing. I'm going to change it up. So I will be doing mine different, but I love getting ideas off of Pinterest. Now, a lot of people go on YouTube and all that. I haven't really found, I guess, what I need to look under to find something under YouTube that much. So, but I love Pinterest because they have any and everything you want to do. Okay, we're pretty well covered. I'll finish it out if I need to. So I'm going to lay this down. Now, all I want to do is get some white paint on it now. And I'm going to use just plain acrylic white paint. I'm going to shake. I know you're not supposed to shake. You're supposed to roll it and all that. But I'm in a hurry, so I'm not going to do that. I do want to add some white tones in here. So I'm just going to pour some white on it. Then I'm going to take my little palette tool, and we're just going to do some white scrapes in here with it, just to get some white mixed in with it. Not only that, I'm going to add a little bit of pink and maybe some gold in this also. This is Apple Barrel acrylic paint. Okay, so that's good. Let me put the lid back on so I don't knock it off. I am going to use some King's Gold, but the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to put it on the tip of my palette tool here. Let me scoop that up just a little. And if you're new to me, I'd love to know, to say, hey, I'm new to your page or new to whatever, and I would love to say hi to you. If I don't see it right off, I will go back and look. I haven't gone back too much. I did on some of it from last week, but I have been, was it last week or this week? No, it was last week. Haven't got to answer everybody's, so just be patient with me. I've been watching my little grandson, so honey, he takes up all of your time. Okay, this is King's Gold. We're just going to add some gold little marks in here just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then do it right down in there. He will be 7 months, y'all, this month, 14th, Valentine's Day. He will be 7 months old. I can't believe it. It's just unreal how far time has flown. It's flown. Okay, so I've got the gold. Now I want to get a little bit of pink. So I think I'm going to use just some chalk paint, because I have a pretty pink, if it's good. Maybe already dried out. I think it is. Phoebe, I think it's already dried out on me. Or it's really super thick. Oh, it's so thick. There's no way. Okay, let me get another pink. I'll just take some red and just mix it in. So we're going to use a little bit of red. Oh, here's pink. Here's some pink. I'm going to use this cotton candy pink. I'm going to do a little bit on the edge of the palette tool again. And just get some pinks going. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to mix it. Try and mix it in. There we go. Get that little chunk out. Now, before I dry this, I'm going to set that heart down, the wooden one. And I think that way it will stay. You know what? I'm not. I'm going to dry this first. I haven't tried this, so this is kind of a new little thing here. Okay, so those are the colors I want to use right now. I'm going to stick that over there. I'm going to just dry the very top of it. I'm not going to try and dry it through and through. We're just going to dry the top of it. Hi, Cheryl. Hey, my friend. Okay, let's see. If I ever want your canvas stiffer. Oh, that's a good idea. Great tip, Carol. Thank you. And I do have resin. I could have done that. Great tip. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, I'm going to take right here. I do see that's a little bit going over right there. So I'm going to use my finger, y'all. I'm just going to use my finger there and get that off. I just want to get this top area. Don't have to be perfect. Does not have to be perfect. I just want to get this top layer kind of dry. That way, when I'm using it, it won't be shifting and all that when I put this cardboard on it. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to take this cardboard piece and I'm going to piece it on here. I am going to take some plaster and put it on the bottom of it, kind of glue, use it as a glue to the other. So we're just going to get it on here and just kind of glue it to the top, to our canvas here. So I do want to do the edges. It won't take me long to do the flowers and all. So this will be the longest it will take you. I thought the one I saw didn't have raised edges or anything. But I thought, that would be cute just to do a small piece. This is a real thin cardboard. And just take the cardboard and just have it raised on it some. And then I'm going to do some stuff on the sides and all that. So anyway, we're going to do some shading around it. Get this on here. I'm almost out of one, so I had my husband. I said, would you go buy me some more just in case I run out? Because I don't know how much I'm going to use tonight. I'm almost out. So let me get that on the sides here. I'm just trying to get the holes. I don't want that showing right there. We will use a little bit of brown paint to do some shading in there. Probably. I think I'm going to use the paint because it will be easier. And then I'm just going to finish just going around the edges. Just trying to get those edges done. Put that on there. Okay, that's good. I'm going to put another little, just good, even, just kind of get it even and all that. And then we're just going to set it on top of this and just press down. I've got my little piece here that's going to go at the bottom right there. So I'm going to put some on the bottom of it and then around the edges also, just to cover up those little holes. It gets very messy doing it like I'm doing it, but that's okay. I don't mind getting messy. It'll wipe off. Okay, so let's get that right there. And just I'm going to kind of put it together right there. Now we are going to be doing the heart the same way, but I want to get this piece right there on there and get it kind of covered so that it will stay. Okay, I'm going to use the newer. This is old here, so it's a little bit stiffer than I want. So I have a new batch. So we're going to get, and it's a lot easier to spread on. So we're going to get this on first. And it doesn't matter how neat or anything. In fact, I don't want it really super neat because we're going to add different tones of color in it. And I just want it just to have its own little movement and stuff. Now on one side, I'm going to do some flowers. And then the rest is going to just be plain. So let me get it all the way down there. I may have to add a little bit of extra right in there. I may have to do a flower or something right on the bottom or something. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I do want to make sure I get the cardboard covered. Now, if you get some on the edges, don't worry, because like I said, we're going to use some paint and do a little bit of shading on the sides. Okay, so see how it's just kind of on there. I don't want it real smooth. I want it kind of just on there. Get your edges here and just get it down. Okay, I am going to dry this layer just a little bit because I do want to paint on it to put color. I need to move this so y'all can see the whole thing. Hopefully I went the right direction. Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's see. I see somebody said hello. Let's go down here. Hello, Pamela. Hello, hello, love. Glad you are here. Thank y'all for coming in. If you see, and I know there's a few Crafting Sisters, give them a follow if you don't. And I'd love for you to follow me. Double check and make sure you are following me. Um, Sometimes Mr. FB kind of messes that up. Okay, what I want to do now, this is just dry on the top. But before I get going, I'm going to do a little bit of paint on some of the canvas because I want it toned down just a little bit more. I don't quite like that much gold, so we're going to take plaster here, color, and just do some little. I don't want to do too much because if I do, it will start taking my plaster off. So I'm going to try and do it just little bits here and there. I'm going to tone some of that gold down and some of the pink. Just a wee bit. Let me wet my brush. That'll help. So you don't want to do too much moving around your canvas using a brush because it will mess it up. Okay, I do want to do, before I get going, I want there to be a little bit of a shading around, kind of running out maybe. If I thought about it, you know what? I think I have it right here. I'm going to use coffee mix that's watered down. I think that will work. Let's try it. I'm going to use my brush, and I'm just going to get some on the edge, and I'm going to go around the edge like this. I want it just to be kind of runny, and so I thought, oh, that will work. Just kind of have it wet. So, yes, I think that'll work good. And then the little marks around it is perfectly fine. Just want it to have that little, just that little dark edges. I was going to take that off, but I don't think I am. Well, I think I will because I don't want it quite that dark. So I'm just going to tap it just a little bit. And then I will take my little knife, my tool, take my tool here and just rub it. And so that just gives it a little bit of dark. I'm going to do this side the same way because I don't want those strokes to be there. I'd rather it be a little bit messy, not messy, but you know what I mean. Messed up looking than perfect. Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to kind of spread it with my tool just to give it a little bit of that grunge around the edges. Okay, now I am ready to start with this piece. Let me find my lid. Right there in front of my face. I'm going to push this up just a little. Okay, I am going to take a smaller tool. I'm going to use, let's see, which one I want to use. Not that little. I'm just going to use this one. Let's see which ones I've got out. I think I might use this one. It's just an odd little shape. And we're going to do some coloring in here. So I want to take my pink, and that pink is super bright. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tone it down a little bit with some white. Let me get the white here. And then we're going to do some pinks and add some of these other colors in there. So let me get it. I'm going to mix my color up and then I'll show you. I'm going to start painting it in. Okay, to start with, I'm just going to start doing it with this and just doing it right now. I just want to get the tone in there. Nothing big. And then mix it up. You know, have different shadings of it. Pick up a little bit of the dark. Do it in there. You get a little bit lighter. And just kind of mix it all in. Doing it a little bit different. Hello, Miss Judy. How are you, love? Good to see you on. I know it's late for some of y'all, but this is the only time I was able to come on this week. So it's like I am going to take it whenever I'm able. I'm going to try and get it. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of my white or plaster. Let me get some of the plaster color and get it on my palette tool here. I'm going to get quite a bit, and I'm going to do it mostly on this side. This is where my flowers are going to be. So it really doesn't matter the color I put on this side because my flowers are going to be over here. So let me get most of that off, and then we're just going to kind of blend it right through here. Just a little bit and come on down this way. I'm going to do a little bit more pink at this end. I don't know how far I'm going to come down with the flowers. So let's just blend it all the way to the edge there. And like I said, it doesn't matter how you put your paint. You just want to do it to where it has some movement in it and everything's not blended in together. You want different colors showing up. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of the gold, I think. And I'm going to tone it down with some white also, because I don't want it quite that dark. So let me get a little bit more white out and some gold, just so that I'll have a little bit different tone right through here. Oh yes, that's what I want. That's what I want right through there. There's just some of that gold just here and there. It's quite a bit of paint now. So it's going to take a minute to kind of dry. I'm going to do this over here because I don't like that the way it's showing. So we're going to just take a little bit of our paint, and I'm just going to add some little pieces. I'm putting a little bit of that white and gold and getting it, watching my time. I got to hurry, y'all, to get those flowers on here. And then right through here, I'm going to do the same thing. I need some more white. I'm going to add, I don't want it quite that dark. Let me move that thing out of the way. Just kind of get some lighter tones in there. I like the lighter tone. I thought I'd like the darker, but I don't. I like the lighter. It's one thing about acrylic paint, you can change it up. If you don't like something, and I thought I wanted to go with it up and down, and I don't. I like it just kind of, it's sticking. I just want it mixed on there somehow, just any old way. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I will do it and then I'll post it. As you can see, I'm just kind of mixing it up and just doing it all different directions now. So I think I like that better. I do. I like that better. So I'm going to do some right through there. So I will get a little bit more on the edges and stuff once I get through and not spend a lot of time there. So let me take a little bit of the paint off, and we're going to dry it, and then I'm going to do some little flowers. Doesn't take long to do these flowers, and it just really looks super cool. But I need this side over here kind of dry, so I can lay down some texture on top of it and it not come off. More texture on it and it not come off. So we're going to get it dry pretty good. I'm going to do a few. I think I'm going to do a few up in here and then try and come down some with it. Thank you, Cheryl, for the heart, sweetie. I appreciate it. Hey, Kimmery. Hey, my sweet sister. Hello. You love the texture? I love texture. Love, love, love texture. So, right now I'm in a texture mood, so it's like, okay, let's do another texture. I will change and then we'll do something else, but right now it's okay. Let's do texture. Okay, what I'm going to do first, I'm trying to figure out which palette tool I want to use. I'm going to try this one, the one I've been using um, right here. I'm going to see if I can get some on there to give us a good little smooth flower. Um, so I'm going to put some on the bottom of my tool like that. And I hope and pray this don't mess up. So then we're just going to do some little petals around. I really needed one a little bit smaller, but I couldn't find a smaller one that wasn't pointed. So all I'm doing is adding the texture right now. And then we'll add some color to it. So I just want to get little pieces on there that will end up looking more like a flower once I get it all on there. So we're just adding, I'm just laying it down, just trying to get some texture on there. Okay, I'll probably have to go with the smaller one once I get through. Now I'm going to get my paintbrush and I'm going to use a big one. The reason I am because I need to cover a lot of space here. So I'm going to use some burgundy and that pink color. What time is it? Okay, I'm doing good. Do some burgundy and pink and kind of mix it to lighten it up just a little bit. And I'm going to go in here and just start adding just some pieces in there. Normally I would do it with the palette tool, but I don't know how I want to shape these yet. So I'm going to do it like this first and see which way I want to go with it. I'm trying to see which way I want to do it. Okay, we're going to get a little bit more in there. I know what I need. Hang on. I need not quite that big. I'm going to use a round. Let me get the round. This will give it more of a curved look right through there. Give me a little bit pink in there with some white. And we're going to add some little tones to it. We're just going to start shaping us a flower here. I'm just trying to get different little petals. Let me get my sleeve out of the way. Get us some little petals going there. And then just start shaping it up. Get some dark in there. Just start shaping my petal. Get a little bit more and just start shaping that petal. Some parts you want lighter, and some you want darker. That way you'll be able to tell the difference in the petals. I know I did pick up a little bit of yellow there, but that's okay. Okay, then in the center, I want to go kind of dark. So I'm going to do the center like this. And I want that pretty dark. But then I'm going to bring it on back because I don't want it quite that big. So we're going to get these just kind of shaped. Yeah, we want it smaller. And then give it a little twist up in here. Just give it a little twist. So I'm just getting it shaped. Okay, that's the big one. Now, I would add a few more highlights in it here and there just to give it a little bit more dimension in it, just to give some a little bit more color here and there. But I'm not going to worry too much about that one. I want to get on the other ones. Now, the other ones are going to be so much easier because we're going to do more like I did the other day, more of a round. I wanted this one to be a little bit different. And I do want that center right there really dark. And I still don't have enough dark. Let me see if I can get it like that. There we go. Like that. I think that's the way I want it. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit more. And I'm just going to make some little round areas here. In fact, I'm going to get them close, close, close together. Get them super close. And just start making some round little circles. And I'm going to put quite a bit because I want it to be raised up. I want you to be able to see it really good. And then we're going to start adding our color. Has a little bit of a pink tone, but then I want to add just little bits of this dark. And then I'll add a little bit more of the pink in there. And then take the center. You want your center to always be a little bit darker. So then I'm going to take it and I'm going to just turn it. Try and go around just a little bit. And get a little bit of the lighter to kind of go beside it. And then you just kind of guide it however you want it to go. Get a little bit more in there. Okay, so there's that one. Then we're going to get a little bit more. We're going to do another one right next to it. I think, let's see, I think I'm going to do it not quite that much. I think I'm going to make it smaller. I do want a small one right here. What's my time? Okay, I'm good. We're good. We are good. We're just going to get this. And see how I'm just moving it around. And you can already see some of the movement in it, I think. Let me pull it down so you can see. Now, this one I am going to take a little bit more pink and try and add, just change it up just a wee bit. And then get my darker, I want to get that darker close to the center. I'm going to put a little bit of the gold tone in it, just to give it, I want everything to come together as far as the heart goes. So I'm just going to add just the different tones in it. Get a little bit more of the dark just to add pieces of it here and there. And you just want to shape it. Shape it around. And see how cute, and it's not that hard. It's just, you know. Now, we're going to come on down. I'm going to try, let's see what we can do. With this being wet, the easiest thing is the roses. So, I'm going to do a bigger rose here. Next time, I will dry my stuff. I will get the base done and then dry it. And then I'll show you how to do the roses on top. So we're going to do a bigger one right here. Let me start shaping this around and moving it and getting it shaped. Okay, I'm going to start with the pink on this, and then we'll add the darker to it. So I'm just going to scrape it in. I want there to be marks inside like this. You want there to be little marks in it. Move that back on top of that right there. I don't want it going off the edge. There we go. Then I'm going to take the darker. I'm going to do that center with the dark. And then just start bringing some out. And then just bring it on around. Just to add little bits here and there. Get that off the edge there. Now I do want a little bit of my white in this one. So I'm going to get some white. So I want to tone down some of that pink. Pinks are really bright. Really, really bright pink. So we're going to add just little touches of the white in there. I think it's right here that I'm not liking. I have to look at it in the camera and then look back at it, because I'm going to bring that on around like that. I want to see how it looks. Put a little bit of that white in this one too. There we go. All right, that's looking better now. Now I'm going to do a smaller one here. I think I'm going to change that one up there. Once it dries some, I'm going to add some more petals to it that are like that. But right now it's just too wet for me to do it. So it will have 2 layers of those petals. I'll have to let it dry though. But I'm just going to do a smaller one right down here. So just shape it up, get it like you want it. Get it rounded there. Put a little bit of that red going. And get a little bit of the pink and white, just to give you a little bit. You just want to make them a little bit different so you can kind of tell where one starts and one ends. I have 2 minutes, y'all. 2 minutes. Okay, I'm going to wait and let a lot of it dry, because what I'm going to do once I get through, I'm going to just do this right now. I'm going to take a little bit of some wax, I believe, or either I might take some of that grunge. Wonder if it will do. Let me just try it real quick. I want it to be on top of the flower, on top of the heart, just a little, and just kind of on the edge, and just kind of see what I want to do. Just do some little edges like that. Just to give it a little bit more dimension. Anything you can bring dimension to it, it's what you want to do. I'm going to just kind of go along the edge there. I'm going to wipe it off, because then I want to take and just kind of pull it just a little bit. I think I like that. I'm just going to smooth it in it. That way it'll give it a little bit more dimension. But this one will be a little bit different because I'm going to add another set of petals on top of that. But I'm going to have to let it dry. But y'all, it's not hard to do. It's very easy. I see oh, it's on top of my, like I see a big old spot here, but it was on my camera. But anyway, thank y'all so much. I know my time is up. I have 1 minute. Doing and texturing is fun because you can really just do it any way you want. I'm going to bring this up and let y'all see it up. Hang on, let me get it up. Hello, everyone. But anyway, like I said, this will have another layer of petals on it. But anyway, there it is. Really cute. I will probably go along the edges the same as I did the heart with the grunge, just to get some grunge up in it also. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll try it. Well, hello, Deborah. I didn't see you on here till just now. Deb, how are you, love? Good to see you. I hadn't seen you in so long. Let's see if there's anybody else. A Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara. I don't always say your name wrong. Hey, love, it's good to see you. And Jamie, thank you, with Row 12 Creations. If y'all see these ladies, give them a follow. They should have a little blue mark if you're not following. All you have to do is click on it or something. It's been a while, but thank y'all so much for being on. And I am going to finish it up. Just this one mainly, and then do a little bit more grunging on it. But anyway, I hope y'all have a great day, evening. I hope you have a good night, and I will see y'all later. There may be one more. I don't know if I'm the last one or what. Hey, Rebecca, good to see you on here. Thank y'all for being on tonight. Bye, y'all.